Jazz hands. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Dozen Cats. Welcome to Anna Banana, who is here with us tonight to do the new moon readings.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Might be like I said earlier, I'm still tired.
Well, I just want to say that, as most of you know, I took the week off for some much-needed rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. I don't know how much rest I got because the little puppy, she is a firecracker. She has me on my toes, friends. But anyhow, she's making leaps and bounds of progress, which is lovely. I feel good because I was off all week. Hockey has ended.
Okay, I don't know if it's a purely female thing or I'm just really not that much of a social person because I do not understand the fascination with sports.
Well, where Mark is concerned, my husband, Mark, I'm talking about, he volunteers for a youth hockey league here. And so it's been a lot lately. And so now that he's home, and not having to go out to hockey, now I can come and do what I need to do. And so I feel good that hockey is over. Probably not for the same reasons that I should. But anyhow. So we are here to discuss briefly the new moon, which happens on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be a really busy day, you guys. It is the first day of spring. It is the spring equinox. It is a new moon. The new moon is going into Aries, which some people think is the new year. So there's a whole lot going on. And so we're here to see if we can help by doing some new moon readings. Anna and I do this for the full moon as well as the new moon. So
something literally just clicked. Don't ask me why. In my brain, it wasn't processing
Brace
that the
yourself,
new moon
folks.
was actually Tuesday.
Right.
Which makes what you read to me earlier make more sense with Susan Lynn's reading on Trump, seeing as he's supposedly going to be arrested on Tuesday, according to him. It's like, it just finally clicked. Because you said it's going to be like a 6-month process. The effects of this moon is going to be like 6 months, right?
Don't tell everybody that. I haven't told them.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
But it falls in line with Susan Lynn's spring and fall timeline.
There you go. Susan Lynn is awesome.
Yes.
So let's say hi to everyone in the chat real quick. Like we're going to go all the way up to the top and we're going to go like this. Hi, Emerald Buddha. Hi, Miriam. Good to see you. Hi, Lisa. Karen is in the house. Amanda Carroll is here. Jessica Lynn is here. Kristen Louise has popped in but may come back. Bims is here. Lise is here. Paisley is here. Teresa is here. Mary Louise is here. Cat Mama Meow is in the house. Esther G is here, present and accounted for. Linda Kelser is in the house. Karen says that they've been sneezing their head off.
Yeah, allergies. You would think, considering how crazy the weather is, where one day it's warm and the next day it's freezing, that the allergies would still be under wraps for a little while. No. They have skyrocketed something fierce.
Yeah. Tiro, your way. Thomas is in the house. Pierrette is here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Linda is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody because I'm scrolling. Just want to say thank you so much for your support. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share the content with a friend. I'm on this my climb to 1,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you so much to all of you that support me. I'm most grateful and appreciative. Love to get to 1,000. It's a milestone. And don't get me started because we'll go down that same road that we went down last Sunday, and no one needs to see me crying twice. So, with that being said, we're going to do some new moon readings. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet so we can get as many messages as we can. If you want a new moon reading, pop it into the chat. Make sure you put some emojis and put it in capitals or something of that nature so I see it. Because I am human after all, and I've been away for a week. No. I may have forgotten how to do this. So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to tell you sort of what I figured from some research that I did on the new moon. So the new moon is in Aries. As I said, it is going to be on March 21st, as I said. This new moon is going to rule over our emotions and over our sort of inner world. Those aren't my words. Those are that person's words that I found this on. Oh my God, look at y'all. So our inner world, meaning our personal insides, right? And how we deal with things. Sorry, every time I have to click a comment, I have to unclick and then click back to get my note back on the screen. So if I feel like if you think I'm stuttering, I sort of am, but that's because I'm clicking and I don't want to screw it up and like end the broadcast by accident. Should not be lost on anyone that the new moon rises in the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. And so you can sort of look forward to this new moon being sort of offering us clues as to what the future might hold. Whatever we're going to start now and manifest, it will continue probably for the next 6 months until the full moon in Aries, it has its conclusion, which is on September 29th. Good grief. Interesting point that the new moon rises at 1:23 p.m. Eastern time, which is a very good sign in numerology. And it indicates that we are embracing an upward climb. Basically, what's happening or what we can expect is that this new moon has arrived and it's going to reboot our system and sort of kickstart a new chapter in our life. The planet ruling over this new moon is Mars in Gemini. Mars is the planet of power, motivation, ambition, passion, aggression, and of course, some conflict. Because the new moon is also squaring off with Mars, this particular new moon is going to be really potent. And so it's important that we do all the things that we need to do to keep ourselves safe and keep ourselves calm. So lots of self-soothing, lots of self-care, lots of meditation and manifesting and all of those good things, right? This isn't meant to scare anyone. Just reading what I found out, as I like to do before we start these. Nice, Thomas. I like it. Hi, Gerald.
I want to be on the cruise to Bahamas.
Let me know if you need a tarot card reader to come with you, Thomas. No, that's a whole situation. Mary Louise says, does the new moon make us extra emotional? I just want to cry all the time. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, when I say yes, what I mean is like it could. I mean, everyone has a new moon that's going to affect them in a different way. Like this new moon or this full moon could really affect you, and then the next 4 won't. It depends on your zodiac and where your placement is versus the moon that's happening, right? So I have 9 people starred. I'm going to read out the names. If I forgot you, stick it in the chat, okay? Jessica Lynn, Emerald Buddha, Miriam, Karen, Linda, Ellen R., Linda Kelser, Lise, and Mary Louise. Let me know if I forgot anybody. We'll wait. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be really cool, having a reader cruise.
Oh my God, it could be like a reboot of The Love Boat. It would be so much fun. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, just think about it. All of us cruising along the ocean, flipping cards. It would be so much fun. I love it. All right.
The thing is, we're all supposed to be about love and light. We reduce the risk of one of us throwing the other one off the boat.
It's funny how you thought of that. I'm just saying. Wow. Amanda. Okay. So we're gonna stop it there because that's 10. You do not listen, if you came here to not play. No, I'm just kidding. For those of you that are paying attention, Gerald and Allie will be with me on Tuesday, March 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there or be. We're going to do some welcome spring readings. And what I thought was really interesting is this, on a side note. For those of you that watch my daily reads, when I do them, what is it that I say? That the Rise and Shine daily reading is meant to put a what? A little spring in our step, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is what the spring readings are going to be about. Put a little spring in our step. And after reading what I just read, I think we might need some. So I am here for it. Ben! Hi, Ben. And Ben from Beneficial Tarot will be here on next Saturday, along with Richie from Longman Tarot. All right, here we go, friends. Big drum roll. Jessica Lynn is up first. Ellen says, spring, I am so tired of winter. Thanks, Bims. You're very kind. Oh, Gerald is making dinner. What you cooking? What's cooking good looking? That's a song, by the way. Sorry, that was random. I apologize. I got to get my spread out so I know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Ben, do it with me. Ready?
You and your little boot.
Feel it. Let me know if you can feel it. Yes, it is a great time for planting seeds. 100% Amanda. Oh, Ben, you're so sweet. I feel the power. That's enough. That's a song. I feel the power. Sorry. Ooh, Gerald is making chicken noodle soup.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm going to get some, Gerald. Finger touching. Ben, stop it. This is a family show. My goodness.
Y'all are silly. Okay, I forgot which ones we were doing.
What is rising up in me, the main message for this new moon, and the final outcome.
Okay. So what is right?
Karen says, "Ow, you got me in the eye."
Huh?
Karen says, "Ow, you got me in the eye." I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
What's number 2?
Sorry, what?
What is rising? What's number 2?
What is rising up in me, the main message this new moon, and the final outcome. That is the spread that we're using that comes from the Moonology Oracle deck, by the way.
Okay.
Bye,
well,
friend.
then I really, really, really love these cards.
Oh, that's excellent.
Just saying. Okay, Jessica
Ben,
Lynn.
stop.
what is rising up with you, in you, is self-worth. You're finally seeing your true value, not what other people perceive of you, but what you know is within inside. And you're finally putting the right value to that. The main message for you is to remember to play. When you play, you allow the child within free. It allows your creativity to bloom. It allows you to open your mind to new and soul to new experiences. But more than anything, it helps you get through the day because you end up finding joy in the little things and not focusing so much on these stressful day-to-day responsibilities that we all deal with. The outcome for you is a true understanding of what you want, what makes you happy, what fulfills you. And from my perspective, there's nothing more beautiful than self-understanding at the core. Not the superficial, this is who I am, but deep inside, this is who I am. There's nothing more beautiful than that. Okay, my Kelly.
Well done, my friend. And I just want to say, Amanda Carroll has put in the chat, I had day 2 of carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, and peas with a little sausage. Happily stuffed, but I may have some maple cookies from Canada. They are the best maple cookies ever. They actually come in the shape of a maple leaf. They're so yummy. And now I want one. Jessica Lynn says, great message. Thank you. So,
welcome, dear.
Jessica, this is what I've got for you. Card number 1, what is rising up in me? I've got inner dialogue. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love these cards. I love the images. It sort of reminds me of like the ink blot test, only in a good way.
Yes.
Actually, you know what it is? It reminds me very much of like if you're looking at like undersea, like if you're on one of those boats with the glass bottle, like it's a lot of like sea kind of moving with the kind of weird filtery situation. You know what I mean? Moving on. Inner dialogue. In order for things around you to change, you must first change your inner dialogue. So knowing your self-worth, understanding who you are, speaking your truth, listening to your inner wisdom and your intuition, your gut instinct. Also tuning into your connection in terms of being true to your values, right? A lot of us will sway from that, right? We will sort of lock that up and put that behind us or beside us or over here somewhere because we're afraid of other people's reactions or what other people are going to think or say or whatever the case may be. So that's how I view that card. That's what that's talking about. The next card, which is, what is the main message of the new moon? Surrender to the wisdom of your body. This message says, listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, then move forward. So in other words, that tuning into your inner dialogue and your inside voice is going to allow you to be able to navigate obstacles, challenges, opportunities, and possibilities with much more clarity, which is, who doesn't want that, right? The final outcome, I mean, we have the Fool card. This is new beginnings, new adventures, new opportunities and new possibilities. So that's what I got for you. I like that.
Yeah.
That was lovely. All right. Rhonda is in the house. Hello, Rhonda. Hi, Teresa. Okay. Now we move on to Emerald Buddha. New moon, short and sweet, as it were. New moon, short and sweet. And thank you everybody for the compliments on that deck of cards. It is this deck here, if anyone cares, the Guiding Light Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. I am not sponsored by her, but you know, just saying. Okay.
Stop being stubborn.
Emerald Buddha. Thank you. Really appreciate the messages. You're very welcome, Jessica. We wish you many blessings. All right. Oh, Rosie's getting into doo-doo. I can hear Daddy talking to her. I can hear Daddy talking to her.
So, Emerald. Emerald Buddha. What is rising up is creation. You're about to start something new. I'm feeling it's kind of a surprise for you. It's something new. It's the way it's coming across. So keep an eye out. Somebody may suggest something that triggers an "oh, I wonder if" moment, and take a dive. You never know. It might be something that calls to you more than other things have in the past. It may be the right fit for you. The main message for you is authenticity, which is telling me with this new creation, stick to you, your personal morals and values and understanding of what's going on. Don't allow somebody to gaslight you into doing something you do not feel is correct for you. With that new creation and the true authenticity, what will be your outcome is a release, because you're being authentic to yourself. You're letting go of societal strictures that keep you hemmed into a tiny little box that you don't want to be in. It gives you more freedom to be who you really are and be proud to express who you really are without worrying about how other people see you. And I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's amazing. Somebody in the chat was saying, I think Linda was saying that tarot card makers should sponsor tarot card readers. And I know that some do, or some publishing houses do. But yeah.
A lot of tarot card makers, they don't necessarily sponsor the reader, but if you have a high enough subscription level,
yeah,
they will give you like a discount code,
or send you their deck and let you promote the bejeebers out of it.
Well, sometimes they'll do that, but more often than not, for their bottom line, they will send you a code to put into your description box so that we can go out and buy the deck, and they'll give you 10-15% of the commission.
Right. Emerald, this is what I've got for you, love. So what is rising up in me? What is rising up in you is don't let the past hold you back. So the need for you to be able to release, right? So if you're holding on to something and you feel the weight of it, you are conscious and aware of it, but for whatever reason you can't shift it, what's rising up in you is this: I got to get this done. And based on what I read in the beginning of this segment about what we can expect from this new moon, possibly, it sounds like this is going to be a great opportunity for you to be able to shift that burden once and for all. Just let it go, which I love. The main message for this new moon for you, we have the lovely sea turtle. Isn't that cute? And this is about conservation, making conscious choices. Well, I'd like to think that we all make conscious choices, but I want to say that this is very specific. So again, if there's like a situation that you've been holding on to, or that you feel like you're stuck or you can't shift, so you're carrying that weight on you, you have to make conscious choices in order for you to actually be able to work through that and release it from you, right? The last card that I got, which is your final outcome, is the Judgment card. This is lovely. This is a new understanding. This is a new perspective. This is a sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a new, I just want to say like a new understanding, a new perspective. It's not quite an aha moment, but you've really tuned in to yourself and allowed yourself to process that if you release something, you are not doing anything other than claiming your power back. That's what you're doing. And you've come to this realization. And so on the other side of that, I want to say that is card number 20 in the major arcana. There's 21 cards. The next card is the World, and that is the completion of the journey of the major arcana, which means that you are right on the doorstep of completing a major cycle. It is achievement, it's celebration. You're right there, which is lovely. Lovely. All right. And Rhonda, I put you in there. I will try to get to you. We have closed the questions for now, but I will try to get to you if we can. No promises, though. All right, Miriam is up next. All right.
She wanted short and sweet, so I pulled out the fairies.
Nice. I'm not sure what that short and sweet. Got it. It took me a minute. It took me a minute, friends. It took me a minute.
Okay, so Miriam, what is rising is your inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. When we listen to our inner child, we're listening to our most authentic self. So if you randomly get a urge to do something silly or out of your age group, what society considers your age group, just do it. Allow that child the freedom.
Tap into your inner Nike and just do it.
Yeah.
For entertainment purposes only, of course.
Your main message is to learn how to ask for help. You do not have to be alone in your decision-making process. You do not have to learn on your own. You want to do something new and you're not sure how to go about it, how to begin, what steps to take? Ask for help. There's always somebody in your immediate vicinity who would have suggestions. They may not have the full-blown knowledge that you may require, but they have suggestions that will ring true to you and help you on those first steps. If you're willing to ask for help, your outcome is a new journey. Now, that could be anything from going on some impromptu or even planned trip to finding a whole new path on your spiritual travels that rings more true to you than what you have done in the past. Okay. But just remember, through the entire thing, listen to your inner child. She will always speak true to you. She knows better than anybody else what feels fun and what feels weird. Listen to that. Okay, dear.
Hi, Vivian. Hi, Eliza. And yes, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Miss Miriam, this is what I got for you, love. We start out with happy success, which is what's rising up in you. I don't really think I need to explain that. You are embracing your power and your sort of putting that out in the universe, right? You are illuminated, my friend, and you're putting that out in the universe. The main message of this new moon, and it's so funny to me that you said what you said, right? Ask for help, because look at what I got. New supportive connections.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you feel like you need a friend, you're looking for a friend, you need help, whatever the case may be, if you seek out that support, the support is going to be there for you. That support is what's going to catapult this sort of marriage between these two things. I feel very strongly that it's going to be like the hand that you need, the shoulder that you need, the ear that you need, right? Good, bad, or otherwise. Okay. The final outcome, I mean, you can't make it up, really. You can't. Untapped inner power.
Nice.
In Miriam's favorite color. You are getting ready to experience great power from within yourself. I mean, come on. These are all fabulous readings so far. Let's not screw it up, okay? No, I'm just kidding. But that's wonderful. You know, I want to say, like, this is lovely for Miriam, and I'm glad that Miriam gets this message. She deserves it. She works very hard, and she's very humble, and she's extremely kind. She deserves every inch of happiness that can come her way. All of us deserve every inch of happiness that can come our way. And, you know, if these little readings that we do for you all provide you any sense of comfort or love or support or friendship or just some camaraderie hanging out in the chat, I don't know about you, Anna, but like it makes my heart literally smile that I can sit here and do that. I mean, talk about a gift, really, right? I don't know where that came from. There you have it. Miriam says, beautiful, hopeful reading, ladies. Yay, purple. Thank you so much, and sending us all blessings. Okay, we are moving on to Karen, who is up next. Yes, dear.
What is rising is your intuition. Pay attention to it. Okay. We go through life learning lessons from the time that we're a child, and there are some lessons that we are taught that we did not learn specifically through personal experience. We learned through word of mouth, guidance from our parents and other relatives and teachers and whatnot. And that instills in some of us an unrealistic ideals of what is going on in the real world, causing fear. And the reason I say that is because your main message is to look into those fears.
I just got a major chill.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tap into your intuition. to understand the fears. A lot of those are illusions. It's like there's this wall that you're too afraid to cross, but it's not because of personal experience. It's because of what you've been told. If you can trust your intuition to guide you through those fears, you will find, as a final outcome, a deeper connection to your faith, a truer connection to your faith. And the reason I say it that way is, personally speaking, I believe in Christianity. I believe in Jesus and whatnot. However, my logical mind cannot get past the contradictions between what is taught in the church versus what is written in the book versus what I know for a fact has been changed in the book. So my personal connection to the Christianity part of my faith is shaky. If I paid attention to my intuition, it would be stronger. That's pretty much what it's saying. Pay attention to your intuition. It will help you get through past those fears, past those blocks, to a deeper connection with your faith.
That was really good, by the way.
Thank you.
This is what I've got for you, Karen. Who says, by the way, I have been feeling a shift and I've been praying about that.
Good.
And thank you, Thomas. That's very kind. And Ben and Miriam. Hedgehog, acceptance. This is what is rising up in you. Acceptance. Embrace who you are. It's almost like I have to just sit here and say ditto every time Anna's here. But anyhow, I'll do it. It's all good. Right? Now, I said before backstage I wasn't going to get on my soapbox. Whoops. I fibbed. This is for anybody. This isn't for you specifically, Karen. This is for anyone. But because this card and Anna's card of the fear came out, I feel it necessary to say it at this point. And that is this. Who you are, own it. If you're short, if you're tall, if you're overweight, if you're underweight, if your hair is purple with blue streaks in it, if you have glasses, if you wear braces, if you have diabetes, if you have cancer, it doesn't define you. You define you, not the things about you, right? So, acceptance, embrace who you are. The minute that you learn to love yourself and embrace yourself completely and whole, all of that noise, all of those kinds of fears, those body image issues, other people's opinions, all of that stuff just like deflects right off of you. Off my soapbox, moving on. What is the main message of this full moon reading? We have the polar bear in nurture. Allow any anxieties and worries to be gently released and offered up to him. Again, those burdens that you carry in terms of being self-sabotaging, if this is what you're doing, because you're not accepting who you are as you are, those burdens are not yours to carry. There are other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, other people's opinions. It's their burden, not yours. You release them and empower yourself by reclaiming back your full upright position and power, right? You stand up taller and stand up prouder. Okay. What is the final outcome? Well, I pulled 3 cards, because it's my show and I can, even though I said the first card that I got was balance, spirituality, and practicality, right? This is exactly kind of what Anna said. If you are on the fence, if you are not sure, if you are kind of like walking that tightrope where you got like one foot over here and 1 foot over there, you're navigating a path, you're navigating a process. You have to be open for the information coming in, and then you must apply that information so that it can do what it is intended to do, right? I got this card here, which is surrender defensiveness. So it says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. I don't feel like you're doing that. I feel like that's how you feel when people talk to you, that people are coming at you. People like that your defenses come up because you feel almost like attacked in some way. You don't feel, from what I'm getting from this, you don't feel a sense of belonging and togetherness. You feel like you stand out. And I don't think that that's through any fault of your own. I think that's like, a product of, an environment, a situation, or lots of those things combined together. The last card that I got was the High Priestess, right? What did Anna say? This is about tapping into your intuition. This is about having patience. It's about having faith. It's about understanding that connection and that you are protected, and that there's also a little bit of secretness when it comes to the High Priestess, right? Not in terms of like magic, but it's very mystical, right? Like it's almost like the wizard, like, ooh, can we really see what's behind the veil? There's nothing magical about it. You got to believe in it.
Yep.
That's what I got for you, Karen. I hope that helps, my friend. Rhonda's like, preach. Vivian says, yeah, okay, have the same struggles, okay.
Ma'am, would you please?
Trying to put my cards back in order. One of my stays from the cobbler brought me an offering of gratefulness, a tailless lizard. See? I mean, that's the thing. Hi, Joan. All right. Linda is up next, and here we go.
Okay. Well, I went ahead and shuffled and whatnot while you were giving your message.
On my soapbox?
And I find it interesting.
Oh, Karen says that was spot on and thought-provoking.
Baby girl, excellent. I love you. I love you.
But
no, I cannot see the cards with you there. Good. I find it interesting.
Yes, sir.
That Linda also got as her rising intuition. And considering we're supposed to be starting with the new moon, you're starting to manifest what you want. I love you, you little butthead. You're supposed to be starting to make plans and take those first couple of steps to manifesting what you truly desire. So I find it beautifully interesting. You cannot incubate the cards. That what is rising is the intuition. It's like you're about to go on a journey that requires you to pay attention to the signs that are being thrown at you. And I mean, truly pay attention, because those signs are subtle. It's not a big old neon sign going to be slapped on your car windshield saying, turn here. No. They're going to be subtle signs. Can I have that card now, please? Please.
Sorry, I just want to say, Linda Kelser, this is actually for Linda de
Gonzalez.
Exactly. Say it like I'm not going to say it the way that Anna says it, which is the proper way to say it. Yours is coming up next, love.
Okay. I swear, the main message that is coming for you is seasons. Everything changes for a reason.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry. Minor technical difficulty.
Seasons, the changing of the seasons reminds us of this every year. You know, it's part of the reason we have the tradition of New Year's resolutions and specific celebrations for the spring equinox and the fall equinox. You know, take advantage of the changes, because your intuition is telling you that the changes are coming. Your intuitions are guiding you on how to navigate those changes to the best of your ability for the highest good of you and yours. If you pay attention and you do not fight the change, your outcome is manifesting your truest desires. And sometimes, okay. Manifestation is a process, and it's an ever-changing process. Sometimes you will say, okay, I wish to manifest my own home. I'm going to use that as an example. I'm going to manifest my own home. Well, what do you consider a home? Is it actually tangibly owning a four-walled structure that keeps you safe? Or is it that emotional connection where, you know, no matter what, you could be separated for 5-10 years, and the moment you're together, you feel at home? Okay. You always need to be clear in what you want to manifest. But so long as you pay attention to your intuition and you allow things to change as they need to change, what you truly want will be within reach.
Linda said, wow, giving me big chills.
Cool.
Jan's free. I can star you, but I don't think that we're going to be able to get to you. But I will star you. And if we do have time, I will try my best, my friend. Linda says, Anna, you are right on about a home of my own. Now, I'm not trying to compete because Linda said that, but I do want you to know that I pulled a card that has pictures of houses all down the street. Just thought that was funny. Okay, this is what I've got for you, Linda. So what is rising up in me is vibrational match. Okay. You are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. So she said in there that she signed up for Kevin's mediumship class or course, right? So it's like your messages are being received and they're being co-signed by the opportunity of the class coming up when you're ready to take it, right? Now, this card here, which is the main message of the new moon, this is the status quo card. Okay. So on the surface, everything looks perfect, right? On the surface, everything looks as if nothing is changing, nothing is happening, everything is just the same as it was, right? So you don't have to do anything. Part of the idea of this card, and I don't know if anyone saw me, but I did pull the box out. That's when I said, sorry, technical difficulties, and read it from the book. The concept behind this card is that you are allowing the work that you're doing on the inside, your connection, you are continuing to letting that percolate, right? You are still working on it. Just because the outside visual doesn't change doesn't mean that there's not progress going on the inside, right? You can still maintain your, meditation, or your setting of intentions, or your journaling, or what your automatic writing, whatever it is that you do or that you've been doing, you can still continue to do that. You may not be seeing anything happening in front of you, but that doesn't mean that things aren't working beyond this, below the surface, right? Or beyond, the surface. Whoops, that's my camera. I forget that I have a camera right here. That's kind of weird. The outcome card is step out of your comfort zone. So hard to do this. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been reading cards for. I don't care how gifted of a medium you are, or whatever your gift is. It is so hard to do this, and is no different than a lawyer who's been in school for years, getting up for the first time in court and, conducting the trial. Someone's life hangs in the balance, basically. It is no different than a doctor or a surgeon who has gone to school for years and now they are performing their first surgery. Someone's life depends on it. People are counting on you. It is very difficult to show up and do this and not beat yourself up or imagine, what if I don't do a good job? What if I don't resonate with people? There's so many things that you have to take into consideration when you do this type of work. You really, 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 really have to be in good touch with yourself. You have to trust yourself. So I pulled another card because I can, and I got the Eight of Pentacles, right? So this speaks about your teacher, meaning the mediumship class that you're taking. This speaks about working hard. This is mastering your craft. This is paying attention to the details, being very focused. I just want you to say that when you reach a certain level, that you're going to say, well, I remember that time when I went to Dozen Cats and Anna Banana and Kelly gave me that reading for the new moon. That's when everything changed. Best of luck to you, Linda. And we wish you many blessings. I think it's going to be fabulous. And I just want to say from me to you that I'm proud of you for putting yourself out there and doing that. Because like I said, it's not easy. And all of us that are exploring our gifts in that type of way should be sort of celebrating ourselves, because it's not easy to own that. You know what I mean? It's really not. All right, my friends, here we go. Linda Kelzer is up next. Linda Kelzer, who is chopping pineapples and strawberries and all kinds of good things. And the whole chat is like, oh, can I have a smoothie? She is up next. All right, here we go.
That would not be me. I'm allergic to strawberries. I'd be sitting there pouting. Anyways, okay, Linda, darling. What is rising is an oath. If you look closely at the picture, he's tapping his own heart, and it's shining. To me, that's you're finally taking yourself seriously. You're finally understanding that you deserve to be first, to be a priority, most especially in your own mind. It's like a typical mom situation. you have the responsibility of kids, getting them to school, getting them doing the homework, getting dinner done, making sure the husband's taken care of, keeping the house clean, and still on top of that, you have a 9-to-5 job. You're taking care of everybody except for yourself. What is rising is an oath to take care of yourself, to put yourself first, to understand that it's not selfish to occasionally put yourself first. It's not selfish to say, I'm sorry, I don't have the energy to help you right now. You need to take care of yourself and stick to it. With that promise for yourself, to take care of yourself, to prioritize yourself, you will notice changes, because the cycles are always changing. You just have to be willing to go with the flow of those changes. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here trying to say that changes are easy. Hell, they're probably the most difficult thing to go through. But they're easier to handle if you go with the flow rather than fighting the current. If you can do that, your outcome is a new risk, a new beginning, a new sense of freedom, a new sense of well-being.
Move your card.
Damn. It's the understanding that you can set up your boundary. You need to set up your boundaries to give you time to explore who you are and allow whatever change that comes to come. Don't fight it. Sometimes some people may walk out of your life because they don't like your changes. 9 times out of 10, if you look back on those people walking out of your life, it's because they were sucking up your energy. You were helping them, not you, a reciprocal help to succeed. You don't need to worry about that. You know where you want to go. Stay true to yourself. Go with the flow of the changes. And be prepared for a new risk. It actually looks kind of fun. Okay, darling. It's on you.
Yay. I kind of got the same similar kind of things as Anna got for you, Linda. So we start out with what is rising up, and we have align with your wholeness. I love this card.
That is a beautiful card.
Right. You are not your illness, your symptoms, or habits. You, the person, are always whole and perfect. So like, I'm literally thinking to myself, in addition to what Anna said, this is just being in that mode of acceptance, right? I did this, I've done that, I've been there, I knew this person, I'm friends with this person, I like to eat this, and I'm good. No questions asked, no further explanation required or needed. You've reached a level in your life where you understand who you are and you fully embrace it. No questions asked, no explanations required, right? What is the main message of this new moon? So Anna had oath and I've got present power. Tiger on one side, lion on the other. It is time for you to see and believe that what others see in you is the real you. So what Anna was saying about you showing up for others and you doing for others and now it's your turn, yes, always. But you need to show up for yourself like you show up for the others.
Yep.
Right? and not sort of, cut your feet out from underneath you, because we always put ourselves last. And if that is just something like, maybe you had like 6 kids or something, or maybe you were a teacher or whatever the case, maybe you were just always running ragged, wishing that you had eight more arms. And at the end of the day, you were just exhausted. And so, jumping into a bubble bath wasn't an option. It just wasn't possible. Now you're making it possible. You're making it possible now, right? And then the final outcome, just as Anna got, I got new beginnings, right? The sun is shining. You're sitting out in the garden and you're looking at all that lovely lavender, and you're getting lost in the scent of it, getting lost in the fragrance, right? Allowing it to take you to places where you think about this and you dream about that. And, you just smile and you feel good and you come from a place of joy. It's all of that kind of thing. I mean, literally, I'm looking at this card and I'm like, this is what I wish for you. Allow yourself to stand in that garden and don't think about anything else. Don't think about anyone else. Don't think about any other point in time. Just smell the flowers, right? Feel the heat, the sun giving you a little kiss on your cheek. Just allow yourself to bask in the glory of the moment that you have achieved a particular point in your life, that you can do this and you deserve it. That's what I got. I love that.
That is really cute. I have never heard that. Allow the feel the sun giving you a kiss on the cheek. I've never heard that.
Well, you need to listen to my meditation video, damn it, because I said it in that. No. No, yeah. I mean, you let the sun kiss you on the cheek and just, it's like when you were a little kid and you fell or whatever, and you would go to like grandma or grandpa or mom or dad or whatever and ask them to kiss your boo-boo. It's the same kind of thing. To me, it's the same kind of thing. It's that same feeling. It wraps you up like a big old robe and just gives you the giant hug that you need. So I just want to say hi to a couple of people. Hershey is here. Scorpio Mama is here. JR is here. Pooja is here. Info Entertainment 999 is here. Unfortunately, the list is closed, you guys. But thank you for being here. We just hit our hour, and we still have 5 more questions to go. So many blessings to you, Linda. This is for Ellen R. Linda says, love it. Love you both. Well, thank you. We love you right back.
Ditto.
All right.
Ditto.
Miss
Okay.
Ellen.
Girl, I don't know what's going on in your life. That said, what is rising for you is justice. Now, remember that justice is not punishment. Justice is clearing the air. Justice is getting a true understanding of the real situation. Justice is balancing out the energy that's around you.
Wow. Did you say it was a thing?
And I really like that justice is rising, because your main message is to trust yourself. You do not have to rely on other people to get you where you want to go. Trust your intuition, trust your knowledge, trust your wisdom. You are not some 1800s ignorant child who cannot navigate your life to the best outcome possible. You have all the tools that you need to get where you want to go. And the reason I say it that way is because with that trust, if you tap into that trust, what you find is contentment. With the justice and the self-trust, you gain contentment. You no longer have to wonder what if. You no longer have to harp is not the word. You no longer have to contemplate how things would have turned out if only you took the steps that you knew were right, that you felt within were right. Okay. Trust yourself. That's the biggest gift that you can give yourself, is to trust yourself.
Also, one of the hardest things to do.
Oh, yeah. I have to agree with that. That's not something that I could ever deny. Because I'm sitting here spewing out trust yourself, and I only do that maybe 10% of the time.
I don't want to say that I knew that, but me too. I mean, and the point why I said it like that is because, it's important for all of us to understand we all have to do it. We all should want to do that. We should all be doing that, but it's very difficult to do that.
It is, because no matter what age we are, we could be 5, we could be 90.
Yeah.
We have those little commentary that we hear from family, from friends, from school teachers, from bosses, that whether it was intended to make us feel a specific way or not, it did. 9 times out of 10, outside commentary has a tendency to undermine our self-trust.
Yeah.
To undermine our comfort level in following the steps that we believe are right. Because you go to take a step and all of a sudden you hear a teacher's voice in your head, you're doing that wrong.
Well, it's the seed of doubt.
You hear daddy's voice in your head saying, girl, you know better. You're not good enough for that.
Yeah, it's that seed of doubt being planted, right?
Yeah.
It starts that self-sabotage wheel just to spinning. And to your point, if you grew up in an environment where you were praised in a way that was, well, you got an A-, an A+ would have been great.
Yeah.
You will carry that forward, and it will reappear throughout different points in your life
when you least expect it.
Yeah, and it can be very difficult to turn that voice off. That that inner critic is sometimes a really good thing to have, and sometimes it is really debilitating. Are you done? Sorry.
Yep.
Ellen, this is what I got for you, and I'll explain. So I pulled this card, and I was like, "What?" We've got, it is a time to give rather than take. And so when I look at this, I think about this card, that this is asking you to either step into something a little more. So imagine, if you will, not really stepping outside your comfort zone, but instead of just dipping your toe in the water, they're asking you to move into the water, like up to your knees kind of thing, right? It's asking you to sort of throw more of yourself into something. That's what I felt. But just to make sure, I threw another card just to sort of co-sign what that was telling me. And I got Crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this Crossroads says a new business adventure, project, or career is currently in the works for you. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a different kind of reading, but that makes me think that the give rather than take, that if that is true, that you are up for a promotion or trying to secure a different job, perhaps this is time for you to, like, obviously with self-care being number one, but invest a little more of yourself into what you're doing, so that you can be seen for your achievements. Just as a footnote. All right. The main message for this new moon for you is Surrender to your full power.
I like that card.
Isn't it pretty? Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So it continues to sort of make sense to that first card, right? If you know, for example, remember those kids in school, all those kids that just drove you all cray cray? You know, the ones that would say, oh, I never studied and I never looked at the book and they were never present and they always copied on everybody else's notes, but yet they always did, you know, okay on a test. They'd get like 85. And that's all they cared about. They just wanted to pass. Well, you were at home studying for weeks on end, right? This is asking you to study and get, you know, 105% rather than 85%, right? Like fully show up. Okay. Yes, they totally do. So then I pulled a tarot card and I literally got 2 cards. I got the Tower card. So this is for your final outcome, right? I got the Tower card. Now, a lot of people think that the Tower card is bad. Oh my God, something catastrophic is going to happen. It is a sudden shift. It is something that makes your foundation feel shaky. It is oftentimes some sort of a realization. It is an opportunity to liberate or free yourself from something that's had a hold of you, right? And I also got the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is your wish fulfillment. It is all of your wishes coming true. So the realization, whatever you realize, then turns into an opportunity to have all of your dreams come true. So if something has had a hold on you for years and years and years, in terms of a behavioral pattern or a thinking pattern or something of that nature, it's about to shift for the better, for the much better, for the great, which I think is fabulous. That's what I got for you, Miss Ellen. What's going on in the chat? Thank you, Kelly. Oh, maybe therapy hugs for you, Chris, because I know how hard it is. Working on it. I made a lot of headway in the past several months. Yeah, absolutely, Rhonda. Okay. So now we move on to Lise, and then we have Mary Louise and Amanda.
Okay.
Yeah. You're welcome, Ellen. Thank you so much.
For Lise, what is rising?
Lise.
It's going to sound weird. Okay. What is rising is rejection. And it's not a rejection of you. It's you rejecting something that does not sit well. It's you. Damn, that just gave me chills.
Me too.
It's you finally saying enough is enough. There's something that you have been unhappy with.
You stop reading my cards.
There's something that you have been unhappy with, but you have been swallowing and dealing with, and you're finally saying, I've had enough. This has to stop. The reason this needs to stop is because what is your main message is to find your balance. You need balance in your life. It's almost as if you put so much of your energy taking care of everybody else, helping everybody else, that you've almost forgotten who you are. You've almost forgotten what you want. It's not that you don't know how to manifest, but all of your manifestation energy is guided or directed at helping others get what they want rather than you get what you want, rather than you ensuring your peace of mind, your stability, and your happiness. And I'm sorry if that came across as if I'm trying to tell you you need to be selfish. And Spirit just said, yes, that's what I'm supposed to be telling you. You need to be selfish with your energy, not your love. Your love can be freely given, but your energy, you need to conserve it so that you can find your own balance. And the reason you need to find your own balance is because Spirit wants you to tap into your creativity. If you are so flippin' tired helping everybody else, you don't have the time or the energy to tap into your creativity to give you that sense of peace and love and joy and excitement that's missing. So for once in my life, I'm telling somebody, learn how to be freaking selfish. Okay, sorry. Soapbox.
It's all good. Okay, at least this is what I got for you. What is rising up in you? We've got the antelope and new pathways. Message on the card says, consider whether you are happy on your current path. Now, I have to be honest. I feel, this is my own personal belief, and I'm not trying to interject that into the reading. I'm just stating my feelings on this. I feel like any path that you're on is the right path as long as you are learning the lessons that are intended. When you start resisting the path and the lessons that are being taught to you, by being very negative or whatever the case may be, that's when you start to feel or question the path that you're on. When you start to feel unhappy about the path that you're on because one day you just woke up and said, you know what? I'm not really vibing with this anymore. That doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. It just means that one day you've reached your sort of 8 of Cups moment and went, you know what? This no longer serves me. I need something different, because you exercised your free will, right? So there's kind of a difference. And I just wanted to make sure that I sort of explained what I was meaning. I mean that this is a moment where you have woken up one day and said, you know what? Yeah, this isn't really working for me anymore. And no blame to yourself because you feel that way, right? The next card that I got, which is the main message of the new moon, which is thank you, lucky stars. As you begin to count your blessings, more and more blessings will come. So let me pause and not say anything about that card till I read the next card, and then hopefully I can make it make sense. The final outcome is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is about having that joyful, open, whole, all-embracing, all-encompassing heart. They know exactly where they want to go. They know exactly how they want to fill their cup, right? How they want to share what's in their cup with others. So I feel like if something has happened that has made you question whether you're on the right path or not, really think about, like, sort of like in a pros and cons way, that if you were to switch paths, would you feel any different, or is this more of an internal thing rather than an external thing, right? Because the thank the lucky stars may imply that you're sort of feeling surface stuff instead of, like, inside of you kind of stuff, right? So in other words, are you doing that job because you just have to pay your bills, or are you doing that job and you've done it for 25 years and you just are like, honestly, I can't even figure it out anymore. Like, I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's time for you to switch gears. As long as you are coming from a joyful heart you are on the right path for you. That's the message that I got. So I hope that made sense. Yay. All right. We are now on to Miss Mary Louise, who hopefully is still with us, who has waited so kindly and so patiently to the end. Lise says, oh yes, where I live, I take care of others who are down on their luck. Recently created boundaries. It's draining. Lise says, I will no longer settle for whatever my situation is. I won't accept what's around me as my only world. Thank you both. I'm beginning to shift listing for what I want as an apartment. Lovely. Good for you, Lise.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay. All right. Mary Louise is in the house.
All right. Throughout this entire time, as I've shuffled, all of my cards have fallen out one at a time until now.
Oh, sure.
So I must take what I get. So.
Sure they did, Anna. Sure. I'm just kidding.
What is rising for you, dear? I know you asked about that whole moon extra emotional, but
wow.
What is rising for you is beauty, is being able to see the beauty of your warrior. Both of these cards fell out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The warrior within does not necessarily mean the one who is willing to stand up and shout or fight to the death or anything. The warrior is the one that's willing to stand proud, stand tall in what they believe, fight for what they believe, but it does not have to be violent. Sometimes that warrior will be doing his battle with tears coming down his face because he does not want to harm the other person, but he will not allow himself to be stepped all over.
Mm-hmm.
You must see the beauty of every aspect of your warrior. And if your warrior cries with the full moon or the new moon or decides he's going to go on a screaming rampage, you have to accept that soul within. Love that soul within. See the beauty of that soul within. Because it's always there protecting you.
Don't ask. Whoop. Sorry.
Okay. What your main message is, you need to gain your self-worth. You are undervaluing yourself. And I kind of sort of see that in the way you phrased your question. It's the fact that you said, I just want to cry all the time. You make it sound, whether you intended to or not, that crying is a bad thing. Sometimes crying is the only way that we can clear the emotions that we keep buried. And without that clearing, without that cleansing, we cannot grow. And you're getting that comment from somebody who refuses to cry in front of anybody. So, that said, it's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to be afraid of. It's actually, okay, it's actually something to be celebrated. The fact that you can still have that much of a connection with your emotions, that you can cry with the coming of a moon. Okay, that just made me kind of weepy. learn to value yourself more, most especially your connection with your emotions. Because with that connection, you gain hope for a brighter future, hope for better clarity, better understanding, and a better outcome of your path. Your emotions are tied to your spiritual connection. Most people don't realize that. But if you close yourself off from your emotions, you're closing yourself off from spirit. Allow that connection free reign. Pay attention to what it's telling you. For some reason, and I'm not one to normally say this, but for some reason, I'm being told to have you write down every time you have what you consider an emotional outburst. There's meaning behind the timing. There's meaning behind what triggers you. And only through writing it down and looking back upon it in a few months in an objective format will you be able to tie all the symbols and signs that spirit has been trying to give you. There's meaning behind all of those tears that you've been shedding. Okay, sorry, that was a downer. Not a great way to end, but...
Not at all. I'm sure that Mary doesn't feel, or Mary Louise, sorry, doesn't feel that it was a downer. And it's interesting because one of my cards looks exactly like your card that you just put up. So you show that card, that last card.
I just threw it in there, but I'll find it because I know what it was. Hope.
Mary Louise says, everything you said resonates. Thank you so much.
Well, I found the warrior. And Hope is going to say, no, F you. I don't, I'm going to hide.
It should be lost when a tarot card, look at that.
Damn.
Like not the same deck, not the same card, but your card says hope. My card says conclusions are within reach. So if ever anyone doubts the connection, the messages, Honest said, right, you are crying for a reason. You're expressing these emotions. These things are coming out of you for a reason. Paying attention to signs and symbols and synchronicities. That is not a coincidence that we both got two totally different cards meaning the exact same thing with basically the same image on it. So I got this in the rising up category, right? So what's rising up for you? Conclusions are within reach. You are bubbling up to the surface, right? That's why your emotions are right there and they keep sort of sticking their... I mean, I don't want to use the analogy of a zit, but there you have it. I've said it. I can't. It's like, no, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And you're like, oh my God, I have to do it. Now, because it's there and it's obvious and you don't want it to be there. You don't want people to see you like that because we feel like if we let people in and we let people see us being vulnerable, that somehow that makes us weak. No, my friend. Now, the next card. What is the main message of this new moon? I literally went to draw one card and I got 3. And here's what I got. I got surrender, defensiveness. I pulled this card before. I will read the message. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. Let me say that again. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So in other words, if you are like, nope, I'm totally closed, can't hear you, not listening, if you're like that, you are being defensive. You are not open. Somebody could say something really valuable and you will miss it. You will miss it. And I say that from personal experiences because I spent 3 years doing that. My sister will tell you that she would get on the phone and she'd say, well, what about this, Kelly? And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. And then 6 months later, I'd be like, oh, I just heard the greatest. She's like, I told you that like 98 times. I was like, oh, sorry. Guess I was closed. I wasn't open. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Mary Louise, my friend, you sit in that field of lavender and you will be crying, but it won't be because you're releasing. It'll be because of the lavender smell. I mean, it's just luscious, right? Imagine yourself sitting there and being surrounded by that beauty, right? The gentleness, the calmness, the serenity of it all. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. So I don't know why. You don't need to tell me why. This is not the appropriate venue for that. Somebody, some situation, I feel a long time ago, has planted these sort of misconceptions into you, and you have run with it. And now you are about to explode if you don't come out and say, excuse me, no, I don't think so. You have
literally
the power,
taking ownership of someone else's opinion.
Yeah, you have the power to do that. Surrender obsessive thinking is the third card that I got. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. This is talking about forgiveness. This is saying, you know what? These are not my burdens. I am not saying what you did was okay or that situation I am all right with. What I am saying is I no longer refuse. I will no longer be held hostage to that person, to that situation, or to those feelings. I deserve to live my best life. And guess what? Tomorrow it starts. Done. That's it. Leave me. Now, when I say that, I don't mean it's that easy, but I mean, that's the idea, right? The last card that I pulled, the final outcome.
Yep.
We've got enough. May you be exactly as you are. Mary Louise, I don't know if you, and I'm not saying that I'm the only person on YouTube that does mirror work, but we are on my channel and we are doing a reading for you. And so you might benefit from doing some mirror work if you haven't already done so. I have a few examples on the channel that might be able to help you if you've ever done or if you've never done mirror work. I don't know that you have an issue in terms of loving yourself or being kind to yourself, but it is a great way to bring out emotions to find out what the problem is. I feel like you have some stuff that you need to process, and I feel like you might have been just holding on so tight that you might be ready to crack. And when I say crack, I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, you might be ready to crack. Literally, you're going to just sort of like the gates are going to open and out they're going to come. And that's totally okay. Embrace it, but use it as an opportunity to bring about some healing. Don't just cry and say, phew, I feel better, and go about your business and 5 minutes later. Try to use it as a sort of jump off point to create momentum for the healing to happen, because I feel like you've got a lot of healing that needs to be done so that you can live your best life, right? And mirror work is a great way to do that. Just a thought. So I thank you for being here, Mary. I sort of feel like you were meant to be here, and I sort of feel like you were meant to be last. So I'm really glad that you stayed. Hi, Vicky. Oh, thanks, Linda. You're very kind. Mary Louise says, I love lavender and I definitely obsess worry about others. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Linda. Yep. Yep. I just started doing mirror work last night. It feels good. Mirror work actually helped me to stop having panic attacks. Just saying. So, oh, thanks, Miriam. And thank you, Vicky. Love you right back, my friend. So what is happening? Anna Banana, what is happening for you? Anything going on?
Girl, no, I'm still working on the house.
Okay. So the answer to the question is no.
No.
I am back doing my daily readings again. Thank everyone for their patience while I sort of navigated that.
You were the only one that can pull me away from.
I know
that.
It's because you love me. Let's face it.
Well, of course.
Of course. So the daily readings are up and you know, things are back in the swing that they're supposed to be. I started doing some shorts. I'll see how that goes. Sort of like, you know, little cards of the day kind of idea. And we'll see how that goes. And what else? I'm still working on the website. That's a work in progress. If you want to book a private reading with me, of course, information is in the description box below the video. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Anna Banana, thank you, my friends. I'm going to stick Anna's link into the chat, which I should have done way at the beginning, and I do apologize. see what happens when you're off for a week. All of a sudden, you're like, what is my name and who am I? What am I doing here?
Girl, please.
That's Anna's link. If anyone wants to subscribe, show her some love. Joan, thank you so much for asking. My sister is feeling stronger every day. We texted today trying to work out when we're going to see each other. And I've written and asked her about April 1st. The problem that we have right now is that, you know, we have the puppy and I can't leave the puppy for any extended period of time. I mean, she's not quite, 3 months old yet. So, we live 2 hours away one way. So that's a lot of time. And I couldn't do that. So, I would have to take the puppy to her house and, with her being gone, her dog was a little funny about, you know what I mean? So we were just waiting for the right time. And so anyways, in the next couple of weeks, we should be able to get together. So I mean, honestly, I texted her, I said, I'm just going to give you the big old, the biggest hug ever.
Just don't smother her.
Yeah. But on that note, I will say, she goes for her biopsy results tomorrow. So please keep her in your prayers. And I also want to just mention, I will be back on Tuesday night with Allie and Gerald, as I said, for some spring readings. And then on Saturday, I'll be back with Ben and Richie from Long Mantro, doing some, chatting cards with the UK team, very original. And on Sunday, next Sunday is the 11th year passing anniversary of my mom. Last year, I did a big thing here on the channel where I brought my sister on and we spoke about our journey of grief and celebrated our mom. This year, because it's the 11th year, it feels a little personal to me. And so I don't know if I'm going to come and do a show on next Sunday or not. I'm just going to sort of wing it. I don't want anyone to worry about me and think that I'm falling apart. It just feels like a personal thing that I might want to do on my own. But if I, for whatever reason, change my mind, you guys will obviously know about it because you'll see me. So
the bell will ding.
Yeah. So with that being said, have yourselves a wonderful evening. And I hope to see you all on Tuesday. If I don't, happy spring, happy new moon. And many blessings until we see each other again. Mwah.
Take it easy, darlings.
Bye. Blessings, everybody.